and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by Chinook Seedery. This is episode 588. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin. I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
Welcome back. It's been 2 years since our last episode. Haven't changed a bit. Feels like a long time. I'm rusty.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. How are we doing?
I have a
JV
feeling
in the corner. KC. How are we?
I have a feeling this episode's going to go off the rails with the way that...
It's possible. Couldn't be less locked in.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because we're now in the new year, 2026. Welcome. But I got to say, I have thoroughly impressed even myself with how much that I've stayed out, or I guess I should say how little I've been involved and tuned into the rumor mill. I've made a very intentional effort to avoid it. And I tell you what, it is paid off. Is paid dividends. Like I highly recommend if you have a chance
Too
to
late
just,
for me.
well, yeah, I mean, at this point, most of you guys too far gone, but starting in the winter, the off season of 2026, this coming off season, go ahead and just get out in front of that. Just mentally prepare to not waste your time reading these contradicting reports that are just made up and being pushed as leverage. Tell you what, it does wonders for your mentals, and I couldn't be happier to be here to talk about things that have actually happened.
All right. Good deal.
This sounds like a guy. This sounds like a guy whose team has just continued to miss the mark. Continued to miss the mark day after day. In fact, it's hard to miss a mark when you're not even
That's
shooting
for me,
the
by
shot.
the way. They're coming for me.
What is that? A clown car? What is that?
Just an ambulance.
Oh man, they have got to
Look at the
go.
horn going.
They're going at it.
They've got the Yankees 2026 postseason chances
Hopes.
in the back.
Yeah. Please move. The defibrillator's not working. Call the doctor. Let him know we're coming.
Oh man,
Jokes.
It's a Rockies fan just celebrating the Michael Lorenzen signing.
yeah, that's
Way to
what
sneak that in there.
that's what really had me thinking that this is just going to be sort of an off the rails episode. Like seconds before we hit the record button, Nate goes, "Well, let's add that to the list of topics," and I'm like scrambling for my phone, thinking it's like Bichette or Bregman, and he hits us with Michael Lorenzen, who by the way.
No disrespect.
Who, by the way, if you didn't know, wears Vans. They were made into spikes.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that Todd Frazier
Played
Tell me-
Little League Baseball in New Jersey?
yes,
Whoa, dude.
isn't that insane?
Baseball knowledge, baby.
Unbelievable. Speaking of baseball knowledge, let's get into what we know has happened thus far.
That should be your new. What are the things that you do at the New Year? What are they called?
Resolutions.
Yeah, that should be one of your resolutions. Is to limit the amount of segues. In an
I
episode.
love a segue. I'm such a sucker for segues.
48 segues per episode.
Well, I'm already working on limiting my as it pertains to or whatever I say.
Yeah.
I'm working on cutting that back.
Speaking of cutting back,
Speaking of cutting back, the Marlins are really trimming down. No, Edward Cabrera is on his way to Chicago. Not literally. I don't know where he's at the current moment, but just for the
got a
foreseeable
tracker on him.
future. for the foreseeable future, will be playing for the Cubs. I think he's got 3 years?
Sure.
3 years left under team control. Yeah, under team control through 2028. Miami in return, getting a decent haul, getting some prospects, headlined by Owen. This is going to be an episode of names that I'm not going to know how to pronounce. So I'm just going to go ahead and get out in front of that. Top outfield prospects, Owen Casey.
Casey.
It's just Casey?
Just Casey.
It's Caissie. How do you
Casey.
How would you even say that?
Yeah, Casey.
I don't know if Josh is a guy that I can particularly trust with names because I think didn't you pronounce it Nolan McLean?
He did.
Oh, I missed that. Did I?
I think it's McLean. There's a McLean right down the road from where I'm at here. It's actually where I work. And I don't know if
Lean?
I'm assuming it's the same, but if it is the same, it's McLean.
You dropped a Noah Hiles earlier.
Well, who's to say? That sounds right, probably.
The only pronunciation that they have on Baseball Reference is Cowboy Ohtani.
Cowboy Ohtani.
Or McLean.
It's
McLean.
It's McLean.
It's McLean. Speaking of McLean,
John McLean. Yippee-ki-yay.
I don't care about Mets, so.
Me neither.
Shout out to the Mets. Speaking of the Mets, the Marlins
That's four already.
Have traded Edward Cabrera to the Cubs. This episode is going to be a mess.
Good for the Cubs.
Is anybody? Because is anybody else surprised that they actually pulled the trigger? Because I feel like Edward Cabrera has been on the block since, frankly, before he was even in Major League Baseball. Yeah,
it's been a minute.
He picked up a baseball for the first time in his life and was already placed on the block.
Yeah,
I feel like was the case.
Placed. Yeah, good deal. I like it. I mean, didn't he have an injury at a certain, I don't know, last year before, something like that? He was like
been banged up a couple times, I think.
Yeah,
I
think he
a
was
few
supposed
times
to be
even.
really, really good, and then it's pretty injury prone. Something, I don't know.
You want to talk about a heartbreaker in fantasy? This is a guy that I held out so much hope for, and I'm like, this dude is going to be the real deal from a fantasy perspective. I can't speak to much beyond that, but I had high hopes for him, and I had to let him go. I said, I've tried too much for too long with this guy, and it just didn't pan out. But
it's gonna be neat to see. Good depth for the rotation for the Cubos.
So now they've got Cabrera, Imanaga, Tyone, and Boyd.
And Horton.
Cade Horton.
Yeah, it's like a rotation of fours. No disrespect.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. My goodness.
4 starters.
Cade Horton was a finalist for Rookie of the Year, right? Pretty sure.
Whatever.
Sounds like a 4 to Nate.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I mean, this past year was Cabrera's first time over 100 innings. Career high 137. There's been a lot of injuries.
That's what I'm saying, man. The potential just never
closer
really was fulfilled. Am I crazy? Was it this past offseason was it this past, or excuse me, not offseason, the postseason? Was it this past postseason or 2 postseasons ago where Matthew Boyd really shined? Was that? I feel like it was 2 postseasons ago at this point.
I think it was 2.
Josh in the corner.
Matthew Boyd is, I think he's a little underrated here.
I thought last year was his first year as a Cub.
No, this year was 2025 was.
Yeah.
Oh, so then it would have had to have been 24.
In 24, he was with Cleveland. He only pitched 8 games.
Right, but remember they brought him back. Yeah, they brought him back late, and assuming I'm remembering correctly, I
think he diced.
Yeah, he did. So I mean, I don't know if they're seeing similar things under the hood at this point, but I don't know
Yeah,
if
2
just
games,
calling them all fours is fair.
Yeah,
2 games for Cleveland there, 6 2/3 in 5 innings. Only gave up 1 run in that postseason.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah,
I
he's a little
mean,
mean.
was good. He was good for the Cubs in 25 as well in the postseason. A wild card game and a DS game that were both, at
Maybe
least
it was
decent.
this one then. Casey.
No, the Cleveland one was real. Like
No,
that. He
it
was
was
lights
Cleveland.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you're right. He missed a lot of time, and then we're like, what can you really expect from this? And he showed up.
I mean, 6 games total. 6 games started. 7 total games for him because he pitched with Seattle for an out. So whatever. But 21 2/3, just 4 runs. He's a postseason guyer, I guess.
Postseason legend Matthew Boyd, and you're calling him a 4?
He's a 4.
I mean, this
What's
is one of the
up with
all-time greats we've ever seen in the postseason.
Didn't Imanaga have like a huge fall off last year?
Yeah.
He
Well,
started
what
off
he
hot and then just,
what he was doing wasn't sustainable.
yeah,
he really
No, but I
hit
thought
the-
it was like a massive, a little wet one.
Yeah, it was
Walking up the stairs.
it was one of those. But like I said, what he was doing wasn't sustainable. But if you can sort of if you can spread out the ask, if you will, amongst many guys, and rather than putting it on 1 or 2, hopefully will lighten the load for a guy like Imanaga, who can then just go out there and try to pitch at a pace that's more sustainable. And I think they'll be better off for it.
Very good defensive team. They can
Yeah.
they can cover for a lot of. I mean, Imanaga still had a 373 last year, but his FIP was 486. So there's a lot of the defense helping him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Fair enough.
Speaking
Good
of defense, Okamoto to the Blue Jays, which by the way, I feel like I mean, it's a great segue because I don't think they even really know where he's playing yet. So as a fan of 10 out of 10, 5 stars, if you will, segue. I need to preface this by saying some of the things I think we're going to touch on today are a little older in nature in terms of timeline, but we have not recorded since.
Just like us. Older in nature.
Relax. We have not recorded since the 18th of December.
Hello.
Wow. That's right, because I thought we might get a pre-Christmas recording in. I said, you know what? Enjoy the break, boys.
Scrap it.
We'll see you on the other side.
Scrap it.
Which is a real shame.
Freaking just waste of breath the last 2 weeks. Done nothing. Just eating everything in sight.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped. I thought it would come to an end. It hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, what was Monday, the 5th? I feel like that's sort of like the collective understanding, like stopping point for just all the bad habits from over the holidays. And you were just like, no, I'm going to double down, actually.
I had a gallon of chicken Alfredo tonight before we recorded, so I'm just in shambles. Just reading. The only baseball stuff I read is the lack of moves that the Yankees are doing, and then I get depressed and eat. And here we are.
That's a clip.
Yeah. All of
That's
you
a
idiots
clip.
are tuned in to listen to me.
Wow, really warming up to the hearts of our listeners.
Yeah. Welcome to 2026.
Speaking of 2026, that is the
6.
year that Kazuma Okamoto. I said I struggle with names. I think I nailed that
Nailed it.
one. Kazuma Okamoto signed with the Blue Jays, 4-year, $60 million deal. As I mentioned, it seems defensively, at least, he's a little bit up in the air. I saw today that was it the Cubs and the Red Sox? Again, I'm staying out of the rumor mill, but as it relates to the Blue Jays, there it is. As it pertains to the Blue Jays, and the gaps that they might need to fill, I think I saw that the Cubs and the Red Sox were the 2 teams that were actively pursuing both Alex Bregman and Bo Bichette. So that may, shake things up defensively for them a little bit.
What else does Okamoto play?
Based on how that ends up.
2 Gold Gloves at third base and 1 at first base. So like that, I mean, he's very capable defenseman.
And I'm
Defenseman?
seeing
Is this hockey?
oh
Ugh.
defense. No, is it a surefire thing at this point that Bo Bichette is no longer a shortstop? Like, are we
I think it
taking that to
depends
the
on-
bank?
I think it depends on the team.
Does it though? Because
Depends on who's telling you that.
Yeah.
well, it's his camp, right? That's coming out being like, we can move. And when you the second you come off of your natural position, I feel like you've lost all positional leverage.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean,
He's not playing short in Boston. If he ends up in Boston somehow,
If we're talking Blue Jays, it feels like Okamoto like takes Bregman out of the hunt more than it takes Bo Bichette out of the hunt, in my mind. And
Sure.
then you just run it back with Jimenez at short and Bichette at second.
yeah, in my mind, I feel like I had kind of ruled him out of Toronto because I just feel like if something was going to happen there, it would have already happened. But now I just feel like we're waiting out these other teams that are
Who, Bregman or Bichette?
Bichette. Sorry. So in my mind, Bichette's he wasn't even necessarily a factor in Toronto. But who's to say?
So let me ask you this. You're making the call. You have Okamoto there. Would you still pursue Bichette as a second baseman and try to either move Clement or keep him around? Or are you just going all in on Tucker? Because the chances are at this point, they got one more. They got one more signing. It's not Tucker and one of those infielders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have my thoughts about Kyle Tucker, and I feel like we've shared those as his free agency has gone on. But I feel like even still, I would rather have a guy like Kyle Tucker and then just plug the holes, have it be sort of a what's the word? A platoon of sorts, if need be, on the infield wherever you need to. Because I'd rather have more of a star that Tucker has shown that he can be, obviously at times, maybe not the entire time, but at times, and then make it work elsewhere around the field, rather than go with a guy who's already shown you defensive regression, is just not good defensively, and there would be a realistic chance that he wouldn't even be playing the position that he held it down for you for the time that he's been there. I just feel like that's a weird situation to put yourself in. So I'd rather just, I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad blood in Toronto between Bichette and the Blue Jays, but it just seems like with with the narrative that's been going on, I just feel like Bichette's at this point as good as gone. So I'm just like, why even? And maybe they're not entertaining that option anymore. Maybe they've since moved on, and maybe it's just the media that's hanging on to this as an option. But I don't know. I don't see him being a factor.
I think for them, he's been a second base option the whole time. Because they would just leave Clement at third in that case. The arm is one of the problems, then you don't want him at third either.
I think the signing of Okamoto, because they have said we want to use him as like a super utility, right? Like they have come out and said that.
I don't know.
I think that with the combination of like what Ernie Clement did in the postseason this last year, it's almost like he deserves that shot to play second every day. I think you can take whatever Jimenez provides with a bat because he's a wizard with the glove, and you go after Kyle Tucker, especially now that like there's rumors about maybe willingness to take a shorter high AAV deal. That's what I would go for. It feels like a pushing chips in the middle of the table while everyone's in their prime without long-term commitment to a guy that seems to have some pause around him in Tucker.
Yeah, they're pretty
hesitation.
right-handed too.
Yeah. Yeah, you put him in the middle of that. And
Then trade Santander.
yeah, I think you would have to package something to get rid of Santander just because of whatever last year was, poop fest. And
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on Tony Taters. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's got to be 2 straight years for me to think that it's all over.
Yeah, I mean, we literally talked about it when he signed with them. If you go back and look, I think it was the the previous 3 years combined, did he have? I don't think it was the most, but it was like was it the second or third most homers in all of baseball? And you're thinking like, really? Anthony Santander is in this conversation? Yeah. It's like it wasn't a flash in the pan for him. So going back to Josh's point,
pop too.
Yeah, going back to Josh's point, I'm going to need to see another down year to be like, okay, we need to have a different conversation.
Well, then, I mean, who else? Like, did they move Varsho and have George Springer play center every day? Like, I don't know what they do.
I still move him because I'd still pick Tucker over him. But
sure.
But I think he could still be a good player. I think teams will bite on that. There will be teams that want that trade because they're not ready to give up on him either.
Yeah, but that was kind of an overpay of a contract, if I'm not mistaken,
have to eat
right?
some of the money,
Yeah.
Or take less of a return.
Yeah.
Either way, Blue Jays are in great shape. Sounds like they're getting one of these three. That's what it sounds like.
Who? My brain's
Tucker,
not working. Who's
Bichette,
the third? Oh yeah,
Bregman.
Tucker. Yeah. Yeah. I know we said what we said about Bichette, but like at the end of the day, that's still a good player to have in that lineup.
Yeah.
So it's like assuming that is true. Talk about a good place to be. In addition to what you've already done, like we can't lose sight of what they've already done this offseason. I don't remember, Nate, if you said it to me just off air, just shooting the breeze, but you said something like the Blue Jays are just going to run this division for what seems to be the immediate future. I don't know how sustainable it'll be, but like they're the only team that's making, I feel like a genuine effort to really take strides talent wise.
Well, especially because the AL was like already up for grabs in the first place coming into this last postseason. Then you see them there like finally emerge and like become themselves, the movie, if you will. And now it's just like I especially in the East, but I would say the rest of the AL is not holding a candle to what the Blue Jays are capable of doing. And the fact that they play the way they play, right? Like this isn't like a team that's like, oh, they just posted, they broke the record for most team home runs and they also did a bunch of strikeouts, but we're not worried about that because they were able to score runs. No, this is a team that scores runs. They don't strike out. They double down on their pitching depth and are probably going to be better defensively this year than they were last year. And it's like, they're getting a lot better. That I don't think last year was a fluke. And obviously their organization doesn't either.
I said it last October. I'll say it again. Very much enjoyed watching that brand of baseball at that stage.
So fun to watch.
Like that's
it's real baseball.
Yeah. And just like we talked about the Rogers Center, the environment, all that stuff. And I know that gets cliche after a while, like, oh, like the atmosphere and this, that, and the third. But it's like, if you have all of these these pieces of the equation moving in the same direction, the fan energy, the buy-in from the fans, the buy-in from the front office, the talent acquisition, the right contract extensions being made, things like that, you can't help but, as a fan of other teams, be jealous of. I mean, I'm not putting them in the same boat as the Dodgers, obviously, but it's the same. It's the same conversation over there. It's like, we can sit here and talk about like, when is enough? And I'm not saying the Blue Jays are even at that point yet, but it's like, we got to stop pointing fingers at teams like this and really just get to a point where we're more so appreciating that these types of efforts are being made. And it's like we talked about, the brand of baseball that they play in particular is fun to watch. Speaking of being fun to watch, actually, no, that's for a later segue. So I'll put that back in the pocket.
Holster that thing.
Yeah. So retroactively, so I'm back at 6. Tatsuya Imai. How'd I do?
There's a B? There's no B.
He's got a cold. He said Imai. He just has a cold.
I don't have a cold. Did I? Kidding. Oh, did it sound like I said Imai?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. No, I said. Oh, my bad. I said Tatsuya Imai.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. You're like looking at me and you're like, there's a B? I didn't say B. To the Astros. 3-year deal, opt-outs after the first 2. Getting comps already to... Actually, it was Boris, I think, was making the comps, comparing him to Yamamoto.
Yeah. It's a good name to compare him to.
I mean, Bob Gibson, Pedro Martinez. I mean, he's right there.
Yeah, right.
Although I do have a question. Josh in the corner, can you do some research for me?
Yeah.
Which I got to find the quote. He said something along the lines of like, he's basically done. Oh, he said, certainly he's done everything Yamamoto's done. I didn't get the full context, and I know I harp on getting context before you jump to conclusions, but just more so, less accusatory here and more just curious. What does his resume look like from over there in Japan?
I think I saw something on MLB Network that he lined up with pretty much all of the other Japanese pitchers that have come over recently. Like they were all hovering around 150, 160 innings, and they are all sub-3 ERAs. Like he fits right in with all the other names.
No. Well, yeah, I heard that, but I'm saying more so in terms of like the resume, the accolades. Because the way when I read that Boris quote, that's how I interpreted it. Like I didn't know if we're comparing accolades here, because Yamamoto, if I'm not mistaken, he won like multiple Japanese Cy Youngs. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, but
Ended up winning like their equivalent of that like 3 times or something. Or am I crazy?
If this graphic is right, I'm looking at. I mean, I have Imai's stuff
I thought
up
he
right
won
here.
an MVP too. Yamamoto.
Possibly,
Yamamoto, yeah, he won 3 MVPs. 3.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It's like they're,
Yeah, 4-time ERA champion, 3-time strikeout leader, 3 Gold Gloves, 5 All-Stars, 3 All-Stars for Imai, and we're done.
Okay.
With none of those other things.
the
A 3.15
Sawamura
ERA.
Award. That's what I'm thinking of. It's often called Japan's
Yes.
Cy Young. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Multiple
3
time
times
winner.
for Yamamoto, none for Imai. Some of the innings and some of the stuff like that is fine, but like Yamamoto's ERA was 182, Imai's is 3.15. But I mean, the strikeouts are there, but there's less strikeouts and more innings. No, he doesn't compare.
Yeah.
None
kinda
of these
seemed like he
numbers
flew
are
under the
really
radar
that
a little
close.
bit too, and I think that's probably why the Astros were able to win this. As much as I say win this bid, it's like I don't know. I think he's probably solid, but I don't know. The Astros also don't have a left-handed pitcher. Did you see that?
Do they
Any
not?
of their potential starters?
With the Crawford boxes there, it's probably fine.
No lefties. Pretty wild. It's not like right field's a
That's
polo
true.
grounds, but
That's true. So just
But,
in fairness,
just
though,
interesting.
Imai
Well,
does
to be
have
fair,
very
the
good
corners of the corners of Polo Grounds are in fact short. But
True. Good
I
call.
get what
numbers.
you're
It actually
saying.
is
I get
kind
what
of
you're
like
saying.
the Polo Grounds.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
It's a lot.
No,
like
yeah.
the
To
Polo
be
Grounds,
fair, though,
actually.
the numbers, like, yes, they don't compare to Yamamoto, but they are good.
Yeah.
In the last 5 years, he's pitched around 160 to 173 innings in each of those years, and those ERAs are low. They're all sub-3 minus 2021, which was a 3.20, and this past year was a 192 ERA. Like, it's
Yeah.
still very good numbers.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be good. Does this take the Astros out of the? I mean, they're officially done with Framber, right? Like
Oh yeah,
that was already pretty soiled.
I mean, I would be too, to be honest with you. Not to like harp so much on that incident, but like I just it's hard not to. I just don't know how.
I don't know who was the guy that freaking threw his glove over the net into the fans and still got a job. Then a couple weeks later, that you said
for the
Oh,
Mets.
that was wasn't that Jorge Lopez? Yeah, you're like, this guy's never gonna see a major league mound. I said he will be signed by next week, and I think the
Where'd he go?
Was it the Angels?
I thought it was the Orioles.
Did he go back to the Orioles? Because he was, I think he was with them prior to that.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he was probably with them prior to that.
Oh,
Projected
yeah,
rotation in
it's
Houston, Nate, though, it's possibly a 6-man rotation.
Yeah.
And they've talked about that a little bit. Hunter Brown at the top, Christian Javier, Imai, Lance McCullers, Mike Burrows, and Ryan Weiss, who just came over from the KBO.
I think
So,
there's
like,
going to
there's
be a lot of
arms
teams
there.
doing that. I think there's a lot of teams that are doing that. Joel Sherman was on MLB Network the other day talking about how it's going to start affecting like overall numbers down the road with the standard that's going to be of 6-man rotations. And it's this like floating 6-man. It's maybe not every 6th spot, but it's, definitely eating up total innings across the board. And if that means guys can go longer in games, and if that means that we can save bullpens and kind of get back to normal baseball, I'm all for it. If it means less wear and tear on starters, but they can, go deeper in their specific games, just get extra days off, sure, I'll take it.
But
Maybe
I bet
that's the
Hunter Brown
formula.
goes every 5 days.
Deservedly so. Kids a
I'm
star.
a big
Freak.
Hunter Brown guy. I'm also
And
I'm a big Peter guy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Is Lance McCullers is he still floating around with them?
I
I'm
keep
so
seeing
over that.
I could not be more over Lance McCullers. No disrespect,
Yeah.
but like, I mean,
some.
how long do we ride this out? Like,
I don't know.
entertaining this as like a legitimate rotation option.
I think he's gonna be one of those weird guys. You look at him, he's still probably got like 2 or 3 years left to control. But it just feels like this has been the story every year. I don't know.
No,
They're in a
he has
weird
10
spot.
he has 10 years of service time.
Yeah, okay. But the
Yeah,
Astros
he's been
are in
around.
a weird spot, dude, because like they were talking about because they brought Correa back, who now has to play third. He's not going to play short. And then like, what do you do with you have Christian Walker, you have Isak Paredes, and then you have Altuve moving back to second. So you're like, that's locked down. The infield's locked down. And you're gonna have to DH Jordan. So that weird move where they went and got Isak Paredes is now like put them in a little bit of a corner. And
I thought he was going to get flipped shortly after they picked
he's
him
gonna
up.
have to be. Yeah. I mean, they got to move him now. You're not gonna spend that money and effort on Christian Walker and not let him play every day. And then you don't want Jordan playing in left field very often. It's just odd. They've been going about things a little bit differently, but this is a good signing, I guess.
Speaking of spending money on the infield, the White
7,
Sox
officially
have
7.
added Munetaka Murakami.
Nice.
Thank you. 2-year. This was
It's just a Japanese episode.
it
baby.
really is. Episode 588, the Japanese episode. This is definitely one of the more, I guess you could say, outdated, but just wanted to check the box and add to the theme, Nate, as you alluded to, of just these Japanese names coming off the board. 2-year, $34 million deal. I don't know this. Yeah, this was one of those ones where when the news dropped, I think everybody collectively just looked around at each other and asked why. Because what else would you ask?
Wasn't there like the weird, like random second the free agency kind of opened up and like postseason ended, all of a sudden he went from like, oh, let's go get a guy who hit almost 30 home runs in like 60 games last year to like, oh, he has massive strikeout problems, and then interest just like nosedived. And then now the White Sox get him. It was a very strange couple weeks around.
You're
his
talking about
name.
him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like around his. I see what
Just
you're saying.
odd. Like it was just a weird turn of events that was strange. I kind of like it for him. Like, name a better transition when you're changing countries and leagues where you're just like, all right, well,
Expectations.
Chicago's awesome, first of all. So like you get that cool big city American feel, and then you get this like, well, there's no pressure. I can come and figure this league out and run it back in a couple years and get paid again.
Still
win
at
for him.
28.
Yeah. I like it for him.
He would re-enter free agency at 27.
27. Well, okay.
Bang.
Maybe it would be like
He'll
for
be
his 28th season.
Yeah, he'll be 26. Yeah, in February. So it'd be for his age 28 season.
Perfect. Smart.
Yeah.
Like, just literally no pressure. You're definitely going to play every day. There's no expectations. Just come figure this league out.
And look, every year that passes, I try to fight the urge of just being an old man yelling at the clouds, even though I know that's inevitably where I'm headed. But I try to fight that as best I can and try to be a little more optimistic each year. And I'm not saying that the White Sox are going to do anything of note, but I do like a good win for a club like the White Sox every now and then, just to know that, hey, you're still alive, you're still kicking, you're still making an effort, you're still spending a little bit of money.
Also, move him next year. If he has one good year, move him and get a nice return on, what was it, 17 AAV?
Yeah, 234.
Yeah, dude. Smart.
call.
Like, why not? No idea that they would have ever been in the running for any of these free agent names. They just kind of snuck in. Good for them.
Speaking of good for them, good
8.
for Tyler Soderstrom, 7 years, $86 million deal, the largest contract in franchise history for the nameless Athletics, which we'll get into that in just a second. How do we feel about the deal?
Me likey. Good deal. I like their core.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
man.
you talk about a team that's headed in the right direction. I feel like we joke. Well, you joke.
Hey,
I was
why do you
in there.
do this every time? You don't got to tear me down to build up your
no.
fandom.
No, you were tearing
outta
them
here.
down.
No, I
was
wasn't.
in the A's corner.
No.
I quite literally.
No.
Hold on. Stand by.
No. This is
Stand by.
falsified reports. Whatever receipts you're looking through have not been verified.
I'm sorry. Who does that say? I'm hard of seeing right now, but I believe
No.
that says that I picked the A's to make the postseason last year. Granted,
And just because I didn't says
didn't
that I
pan out.
can't like their core. Get out of my face.
no, but don't act like you're a day one A's guy like me.
Yeah, you're day one because you were just feeling yourself on the hot takes episode and slid them into the wild card. Get out of here.
There are episodes of this podcast where I am wearing athletic gear. Can you say the same? No.
Yeah. Where is
you
that
lose
gear?
a
by
bet?
And
the
why
way?
was I wearing that gear, Nate? Because I
Why were you?
bet in favor of the Athletics. And you know why that is? Because I'm an Athletics guy.
Yeah. Where's the visor, by the way?
They were only
It's
18 games
upstairs.
back.
Yeah.
Was
They only,
that
they
was
only
that a
gave up
header behind?
817
How did
runs.
that stack up against the Pittsburgh Pirates?
They're in a different league, so I'm
No
not counting.
disrespect. No disrespect. No, but this Soderstrom deal, I'm with you. I like their core, and as much negative press as they've been involved in the last multiple years at this point.
Yeah.
Some of
They've
this
earned
stuff
it.
is hard to deny. Well, sure, but like some of the decisions that are being made there are hard to deny that they're making the team better.
Yeah. I mean, they've tanked long enough and they've gotten some good dudes in the organization. Flip enough guys. And I think that's what this says is that, right? Like, you see like the Matt Olsons and the Matt Chapmans and all these names that come through and you're like, oh, I hope that they commit, and they never do. And now look at them, right? Like they're finally starting to commit to some names and names that are promising.
Speaking of names, the Sacramento A's, or really just the Athletics, are struggling to find a name because the United States Patent and Trademark Office denied the Las Vegas Athletics submission, as well as the Vegas Athletics submission.
Yeah. You hear why?
Because it was too like basic, too vague, too general.
No, I think it's because of a dive bar. I keep seeing this thing that's been popping up of this dive bar that's Las Vegas Athletics dive bar. And they like trademarked it or something. And I don't know if it's real or not. Maybe I'm just getting MLB faxed.
This is not the first time tonight that you've thrown out a
Easy with these allegations, man.
Well, you're just you're falling victim to the
what else did I fall victim
fake
on?
news. What was it? Was it before we started recording or after?
Nothing. The answer is nothing. I fall for nothing.
Josh, help me out. Help me out. What was the thing that he just threw out there? I had to fact check him on.
I don't remember.
Come on, man. Don't let me down.
I remember he said the thing about the Vans, and I jumped in all excited, and then he was like, "Yeah, we all know."
No, that wasn't it. Oh, I'll tell you what it was. Not baseball related. We were doing some bonus content earlier, and we're on the topic of music. It was a change up. More to come on that, by the way. We're doing a change up, and he goes, "Did you see that MTV is shutting down?" And I said, "No, because it's a hoax." I saw that the MTV shutting down was a hoax. I saw that, but I never saw anything that confirmed MTV was shutting down. So
it's a pretty big hoax, man. I think a lot of people fell for that.
He's told
a lot
me
of people.
He's told me that MTV has shut down and that
stay on track, guy.
The
Look
Athletics.
This thing up.
I was in the middle of looking that up. Josh in the corner. Are you finding anything?
I see. It's too generic and geographically descriptive, but it does say that it's potentially confusing them with other local sports businesses. I don't see what those. I'm trying to find what those businesses are to see if it
Cubs
lines up there.
Insider 11 hours ago. A's fan group. Holy pop-ups. A's fan group last dive bar beats team to Las Vegas Athletics trademark. There's a whole article on it. On a very trusted source.
Cubs?
Over Evan Altman over at Cubs Insider.
I don't trust anything comes from the Cubs.
Oh, I see.
You don't
I
talk
see what
bad
you're
about
looking at.
Evan.
Yeah, the last dive bar, that's like a whole big thing out there in Oakland. Like they're a huge part of the whole like keep the team in Oakland kind of thing.
And they have it trademarked?
I don't know what they applied for the
rights.
rights.
What is too vague? I don't understand why it's too vague.
They applied for the rights in 2024. Yeah, that's a whole thing. How can you say that Las Vegas Athletics is too vague? But the Athletics quite literally have existed,
right?
Since the Philadelphia days.
Yeah, Kansas City, Philadelphia, like
Connie
this has been
Mack.
a long time.
I mean, who died and made Las Vegas king?
Yeah. I don't know. So let's have some fun. What should we name them?
Ooh.
I saw somebody, which they would never do this because it reeks of devil rays to me, which wouldn't fly. But I saw somebody throwing out there like the Sin City Athletics, which again they wouldn't do, but like that is a workaround.
Yeah.
Didn't it have something to do with the fact that they were trying to simultaneously copyright Las Vegas and Vegas? They wanted both of them, not one or the other, but both.
I don't know, but if I had to choose, Vegas Athletics sounds way better. By the way,
Vegas A's.
Vegas A's.
Yeah, Vegas A's.
It's nice.
That rolls off nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now, tell me what you think about this. I saw a take today where it said, it's unbelievably lame when teams move cities but keep their name. How do we feel about that?
I agree. If you're going to rebrand, you know.
If you're going to relocate. If you're going to rebrand.
Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers did it, so that was the Giants.
Yeah, then that's what they were doing, and the fact that the Athletics have done it a couple times, I think it does make sense to keep that going, but I don't. That's a fine take.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah, I don't. I don't. That's a fine take. Yeah
Yeah.
Just curious.
Maybe just go with like since they have an elephant, just pick something like that.
Yeah.
Go like lean into the elephant. I don't know what that is, but
I don't know. The Vegas slot machines.
Vegas gamblers.
There's
Yeah.
there's an endless amount of names you could roll with if you wanted to lean into that. I mean, it's a cop out, but I mean, you are there. You're going to be there,
How about
presumably.
spades? That's kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah, that'd be
I
neat.
like that.
So long
The
as they don't
Vegas-
just use like the baseball club.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'd lean into that. Put the club up there on the logo.
Oh, like the club, like the
Like
cards.
the club, yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's what I thought you were saying. Was that one? Is that you? Were you
Well,
were just
I
saying
meant like
like
the
Washington
generic
football
club?
team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking cards. I'm like, it couldn't be.
Yeah,
there are
it's
worse
a good-
options.
Yeah, let's go Redskins.
true.
However, the Vegas, which I know, I already know what Nate's response to this is going to be, but the women's basketball team out there, they're the aces. So maybe they wouldn't want to lean into the cards angle.
Yeah. How about the flops?
Speaking of flops,
10. We're at a round number
I think
of
we
10.
skipped 9. I don't think I did 9.
I rounded up.
Speaking of flops, not a flop.
No.
Our sweet young prince committing to Team USA, rounding that lineup out. It's
Dear
been
Lord, this has been a while.
It has been a while. It's been a minute since we recorded, but I mean, I wasn't gonna record for the first time since what did I say, the 18th, and not talk about
Since
this.
last year.
I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm ecstatic. I even shed a tear when I saw the news.
I'm sure you did.
It also happened to be particularly windy and cold that day, so I think that was playing into it because I was outside walking the dog.
Yeah.
But tears
The
were
man crush hit you.
tears were shed. Tears were shed.
That was
No.
perfect. It's way better than Peter. That's for sure.
Speaking of getting your thoughts on takes,
Now it's 10.
another take I saw today was it's a shame that some of these guys didn't commit when they would have more directly improved the team. In other words, some of the take was, I think it was specifically in response to Harper, but I think it was a more general comment. General comment. Yeah. That I think it was
Too many fart sounds this episode.
it was a more broad discussion of like these guys wait until they're maybe on the decline a little bit. I mean,
I get what you're saying.
is that reasonable though? I mean, if that is in fact the case for some of these guys, like are we? I don't know, because I'm seeing what a guy like Paul Skeens is doing, and granted, he's not going to be going out there every single day like a position player would necessarily, but
I think that was the case. You definitely could argue that for like the last year's pitch or the last WBC's pitchers. But I think this year is just different, bro. It feels
fair.
new. It feels different. Like Bobby Witt's clearly in his prime. You could say that he was just kind of entering the scene last time. He didn't even play full time. Trey Turner got most of the spotlight, but like Gunner, I mean, Tarek Skubal, you got Corbin Carroll, PCA. Like, we're stacked. We're freaking stacked.
gross.
Bryce
We got
Terang's
names that we're-
26.
Yeah, we got names that we're forgetting that are in here, and I'm all for it. I think this is, if anything, it's more prime heavy than not.
You completely omitted Judge, by the way.
Prime. Don't even need to mention him. But I was saying
Like-
names that just,
Sure.
that are young.
Right.
Judge is, 33, 34, and it's like, yeah. That's just
Yeah, I get-
kind of like Schwarber. It's like a late bloomer.
Yeah.
You're still in your prime kind of thing. I think that Bryce is the only one that's like somewhat like on the back half as far as his performance
Don't
goes.
say that, man. Don't say that. You're gonna make me
Oh,
emotional.
yeah.
You're gonna make me emotional. Just
Who's
let
our
me
other
know when
catcher?
the.
Don't we have?
just-
Cal. Duh. Cal
Callie and
too.
Will Smith.
Good night, bro. This thing is done. Get me to Houston.
Let me
Let's
know.
go.
Let me know when the Harper jersey drops. I'm sure they're already cranking it out over there in China. So I'll just
pause.
What are you talking about? That's jersey facts.
Sorry, you said cranking it out. Where can you get these jerseys beforehand? Can you, or is it only on? Because
I'll have to look around. I have not checked around.
I'm
yet.
not waiting around on your weird little back alley eBay jersey that takes 6 months to show up. I need something before.
Well, do you want quality or not? Because if you don't care, then go over to Fanatics. No disrespect,
homemade.
but like you want to talk about
I'm
homemade.
just gonna ask my aunt that she's a master at sewing. Just say, Aunt Linda,
Nate,
can you make me a jersey?
I will bring to Houston these quote unquote back alley jerseys.
If they show up on time.
No. I'm talking about ones I already have. Like like a Bobby Witt uni, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we'll find a Fanatics jersey. You go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm pretty sure I know what the answer is going to be.
Yeah. Yours was made in some Joanne fabrics in China.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Chinese Joanne Fabrics knows what they're doing. I can't say the same for whatever they're doing over here, because it's not on even remotely the same level. Anywho's, well, on that note, I was going to save it for the end, but WBC trip has officially been booked. So we will be there in Houston. And a nice little addition to the mix is that we're going to be bringing along some of the fantasy league, including Josh in the corner.
It's crazy, dude.
Josh in the corner will be there.
It's gonna be nice.
So we'll have a sizable group down there, which will be fun.
Yeah.
And we'll be there for, well, I think a good bit of us will be there for all three. Nate and I know for sure will be there for the first 3 games. We're not sticking around for the Italy game.
Yeah, we got a life, people. It'll be locked up by then.
It'll be locked up, and you will see
Clay Holmes can pitch that one.
Cal Raleigh will be in center for that game. So I'm not concerned. I am not concerned. Although I gotta say, last pool play out in Phoenix, did it not come down to the last day?
It got hairy.
Because did we play Canada the last game?
Yeah, I think because the only change was,
or did they clinch it the night before the last game?
I think we beat.
It did get hairy because we lost to
Venezuela.
We lost to Mexico. Yeah.
Beat Canada, beat Great Britain.
I feel like Canada was the last game. But yeah, it did get a little hairy. So granted, it was a different team. This team
also,
is
I think Canada
significantly
is
better
than, I mean, like, no disrespect, but who's coming from Brazil? I haven't seen a single name commit to that team. They're rolling out janitors.
I mean, Italy, I don't know what
Same
Italy is
thing.
really.
Actually, they got Pasquantino.
He's trying to recruit Roman Anthony,
Is he?
which would be a huge addition for
he,
them.
Caglione on that team too.
Did he commit to that?
I think Rizzo's playing too. How many first basemen do they need? I think
Rizzo's playing?
Yeah, I think Rizzo's playing.
Hold on.
I think I saw that.
Why do I feel like you're right about WZC? Did he commit? No,
O'Neal, Tyler O'Neal.
Oh yeah, sure. Kansas City, Jack Caglione officially committed to represent
Canada.
Italy in the 2026 WBC. Wow, how about that? How about that? Okay.
Ears hurt. I haven't worn these headphones in a while.
Speaking of headphones, put those headphones on, folks,
11.
and lock in for
Murray's question of the week.
Murray's question of the week is: What is one discontinued item you wish you could bring back?
I've really struggled here. Did you have one that immediately came to mind?
I sent this to you guys ahead of time, knowing that it was going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that, by the way. I like knowing ahead of time and getting a chance to think about it.
Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. No guarantees, but I'll do what I can.
I have two.
What do you got?
I don't want to start. JB, you go first.
Don't you even dare say Dunkaroos, because one, that it would be mine, but apparently they're still but I don't know. They don't feel like they're here. They're just, I don't feel like they're mainstream.
You know, one of those that came to mind, but like I had to look it up and they're still around. There's toaster strudels. I was like,
they're still kicking?
They're still rolling out there. I mean, people are still consuming. I haven't in a while, but I might stop at the store on the way home.
Toaster
strudels. You'll find out that they're not the same, probably.
Yeah, dude, that's been the most disheartening aspect of being an adult, is just going back to things that you're like, oh, this is fantastic.
But nostalgia it is also nice when you have free will and you go and pull that trigger and you're like, it's awesome.
It's fair.
So we have a running joke that anything I love will go away. So my list is long. Okay. But I have one thing that I know for sure that I could bring up every time, and that is Surge.
Ooh.
What is Surge?
Hey, look at that.
So I have a Surge Funko because Surge was it, man. That was my favorite.
It was like a Mountain Dew knockoff?
It was a citrus. Well, it was
Hey, don't disrespect Surge like that.
Yeah, that's right. It was the Coke lemon, it was replaced by
Mellow Yellow.
Mellow Yellow was around, and then it came back to replace Surge, and
Mellow Yellow is Coke's contribution to the Mountain Dew contest, and they're getting blown out of the water, but
and it is more like, this is like Mountain Dew. Surge was not. It was a citrus soda, but it wasn't.
Sure.
It wasn't quite Mountain Dew. It was a somewhere between like Mountain Dew and an energy drink.
Well, I'm glad
a lot of caffeine.
I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the ones that I had sort of made a mental note of was Vault. Do you remember Vault?
Yeah.
I do.
Well, so Vault is Surge. Vault was when they were trying to bring Surge back and rebranding it. It was the same recipe.
Was it really?
Yes. Vault was Surge.
Look at
yes.
you guys just
did not know that.
in.
Yeah.
Did not know
the
that.
other one I thought of was Sobe Adrenaline Rush, the energy drink. Sobe in general was
sick.
Yeah.
Those glass bottles with the little lizard on it.
Yeah. So
are Frescas still around?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Look at this.
Look at that.
How many drinks do you have? Like, how many?
This is empty. This is from yesterday. It was just sitting here. But I keep Fresca. Somebody told me that the closest thing, to a white Monster without caffeine was Fresca. So I started buying Fresca. Now it's not close to White Monster, but Fresca's good.
Fresca's great.
He's Dwight. He's Dwight when he couldn't leave his desk.
What's that sound? Is AC leaking? No, and they're in the back of the car.
Oh yeah, the PT Cruiser. Yeah. Different scene, but yeah, same thing.
I've got two. I don't know how to narrow it down. Should I just say both of them and we can vote on it?
Sure, because we're gonna have like 45 minutes worth of trivia, I'm sure. So
true.
Let's
all right.
We'll get out in front of this.
So my first one would be the grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Any comments on that? No. All right.
Well, no, it's hard for me to say because I feel like Taco Bell just interchanges their menu so much where it's like new at Taco Bell, the beefy, cheesy, ricey with lettuce gordita taco stuffed crunch with cheese
that are just made into 12 different menu items.
They just present it differently.
Yeah, so like you saying the grilled chicken queso nacho deluxe burrito thing.
You don't know ball. You don't know ball.
Clearly not.
It'll be back as a marketing campaign. It'll be back.
The grilled stuffed burrito. You get it with steak, and it's got like pico de gallo in it. It's insane. Okay, moving on. The other one,
I've got another one too.
Definitely easier to vote on. Just strictly because of nostalgia. Just punch me right in the nostalgia. Would be the iPod.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, that's a good call though.
Yeah.
Have you seen that the latest like I don't know if they still call it the iPod Shuffle, but I think it's gone through so many iterations that it's basically back. Dude, if I say, hey, if I
got his own domain in there.
Josh, if I say like I'd love to see them bring the Model T back, are you gonna like go into the closet and roll out the original?
You got to come up with something else. I don't have anything for
Insane.
Find me a grilled stuffed burrito somewhere in there.
What was I saying? What was your last thing, Nate?
iPod. The iPod Shuffle.
That it's like apparently gone through so many iterations. It is basically like gone full circle, and it's like back to what it used to be, and they're like presenting it as this new thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Screw
I agree
Apple,
with you.
Dude. They got us in a chokehold.
They do. I admit it. The last thing I'll add, which I don't know if it really counts, because I guess do they still have pancakes at McDonald's? But the hotcakes meal that came in the yellow styrofoam tray. You know what I'm talking about?
Just cooking up some chemicals in there, huh?
No doubt. But I tell you what, nostalgia is a powerful drug, and I'm victim.
That's actually, you could broaden that. Just bring back the actual dollar menu.
That's a great
Anywhere.
fantastic.
But yeah. Affordable groceries.
Dude. Well, I mean, I think
Gas
back to
under
like,
$2.
I think back to bad days. Dude, I used to eat at Speedway, I used to eat those cheeseburger roller dogs. They were like cheeseburger links. I couldn't imagine.
You want to talk
right
about
now.
chemicals?
I want to know what
man.
his doctor reports look like. This man's been consuming some crazy stuff. White monsters.
Speaking of crazy stuff, let's get into some trivia.
Let's get into some trivia.
I need to whip up a jingle
Screwed.
for Josh's segment. Honestly, I don't know how I haven't done that already.
JB's jingle.
So Nate called this. He said this is really a theme going with the Japanese-born players. I'm going to stay on that theme for trivia. So get your mind set on that, and I'll set you up a little bit here. Ichiro Suzuki and Yoshi Tsutsugo have something in common. In their first year in the MLB, after coming over from Japan, they hit 8 home runs in their first season. There are 9 Japanese players to hit 10 or more. 6 have hit 14 or more. Now, I'll do one to kickstart you because it is a tough one. Tsuyoshi Shinjo, if you remember him, hit 10 home runs for the Mets in 2001. The other 8 range from 2003 to 2023. 8 players, most home runs in their first season.
Oh, in their first.
And this is this is Japanese-born players. Japanese-born players coming over from Japan. So like not like a guy who went to Japan for a few years and then came back to Major League, right? So there's 8 of these, 10 or more home runs. You just got the first one, Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
Good job.
Down
Crazy
to 7.
Cool. Hideki Matsui.
There you go. That's 2 of.
All right.
2 of
Look at
8.
us.
Hold on. Let's
us.
not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's think this through because we're real close to
Matsui is the 2003. By the way, that's the
Cooking with
oldest name
gas.
on here.
How did can you tell us the home run total?
What does that matter?
Just listen.
Well, it's 10 or more. So Shohei
you said
Ohtani.
You said the most in their first season. That's all.
Yeah, he's looking
Right.
for the top. What'd you say? 8,
The top 8. Yeah,
and we've gotten 3.
you've gotten.
You gave.
I gave you one.
gave
So
us one.
there's actually 8. You've gotten 2 of the 8 so far.
We're still at, we need 6.
How did
Yeah.
Yoshida do?
Yeah, Yoshida's on the list, number 5.
Well done.
2023. That is the most recent.
And
Seiya Suzuki.
There you go. You guys are killing it.
the threshold is what? 10?
10 or more. I mean, yeah, because
Okay.
Yeah, the top 11, it goes from Shohei at 22 home runs
Sure.
and Yoshi and Ichiro at 8.
We got
So
5.
you've got 4. You only need 1, 2, 4 more.
Dude.
You only need 4 more, and they
Cooking
range
with
from
gas.
they range from 05, which that's a really tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. 05, 06, 08, and 2012. Just to give you your range now.
2012, was it a giant?
No.
Actually, I don't even think that now that I don't think it would have counted. Yoshida's a good guess. I don't even know if that would have been one of the first names it
Thanks.
would have thrown out.
Thanks, dude.
Yoshida hit 15 home runs his first season over here.
Guy loves hitting rollover grounders.
Dude, the Red Sox just hate that guy, and I don't understand why. He's not bad.
They cannot stand Yoshida.
So while you're thinking too, I will say, we talked about Okamoto, we talked about Murakami, and now we just brought up Seiya Suzuki. We talked about Shota in this episode, and we're talking like this is Toronto, this is Chicago. Like these are kind of hotbeds.
Yeah.
For like that's a good place for Japanese players to go because there's a good culture there. West Coast obviously is also the thing about Imai. I think I heard somewhere that there's like 3,000 people, Japanese people in Houston. Like it is not popular. Really interesting that was the pick because
Bro's
a lot
been
of times
soaking it up, by the way, in Houston. Have you seen that? Making his rounds.
Did you see
even
his
though the
intro
stadium's
presser?
named after a Japanese company too, so you would
That's
think,
true.
maybe they're trying to garner up some attention there. But
I like when they cue these Japanese players up with sound bites at the beginning of their pressers where he's like, "What's up, H Town?" I mean, credit to him. He did like a whole little spiel there where I was like, man, that had to take some practice, but he crushed it.
What were the years, Josh?
yeah, so the years are 06, 08. Where's the other one? 05. Sorry, I went out of order there. In 2012. And the thing is like what I just said kind of rings true a little bit. You've got one West Coast team, you've got two more Chicago guys, and then there's one guy that's just kind of sitting in Milwaukee. I'll throw that out there. That was kind of rare as far as like where these players like to go. The rest of these guys are New York, LA, Chicago. Obviously, Ichiro in Seattle.
Wait, Heston was the years didn't line up. He wasn't
Korean, isn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't Japan.
That's going to be a trick too, is if you know what I mean. If you got to know where they
Got to be able to do.
Yeah.
Are we just throwing names out there? Or are we like
throw
trying to
names
keep it
out there.
perfect?
Let's keep it moving.
This is gonna be tough, dude.
How about like a Kaz Matsui?
Ooh, Kaz
You on there?
Matsui. Let me.
Sounds like he is.
Where did my?
Kazuma Sui, let me look around here.
Yeah, basically he's not on that list, but I do want to look and see where he landed. So he had 7. So he just
All right, so
was
he's right
outside
there.
of this 11. He's number 13.
I mean, the threshold is 10.
Yeah, it's right,
Right.
there. Back off, man. I can't think of any other
Sure.
guys.
Well, I mean, you could say the same for
Okay, that
a
one
guy that
doesn't
had no
count.
homers. Well, he's only 10 away.
He was 3 away. It's not that
I
bad.
know, but where do we draw the line? Like, what's like, yeah,
you
that's
don't,
way
you don't
off.
remember old Kaz?
Honestly, I hadn't.
I can
until
tell you this
mentioned
is actually interesting. This is actually interesting. I don't know that this one counts, but 2 home runs in his first season. Dave Roberts was born in Japan, and so he shows up on this
Count
list.
it. Count it.
But it's only 2 home runs.
Dude, I'm not
generating.
I'm not
too
great
many-
with the pre. What'd
Okay,
you say?
so let's-
2012.
Let's get it
Japanese
moving
names?
here. I'll say the number 2 guy with 18 home runs in his first season played for Seattle, and he was a catcher.
Kurt Suzuki.
What?
That guy's
American.
Yeah.
Dude, Seattle catcher, back off.
Yeah. Seattle catcher from
Nationals legend Kurt Suzuki.
Seattle catcher from 2006, 18 home runs.
Dude,
Hold on, I want to
don't
find
know.
this. I'm on a mission.
were you looking through baseball cards?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to Google it, but if
So
I
you're
feel
just
like,
gonna stumble across this.
well, I feel like if I find it, I feel like that's earning it. I'm putting the work in.
I don't think I could name a single Japanese catcher.
All right, here we go. Mariners. All right.
Just gonna stumble across the card that's gonna nail it from 2006.
Jeremy Reed.
He was
Nailed
30
it.
years old when he came over.
Jesus Montero. I'm just naming
Stud.
cards.
Yankee
that I'm
legend.
Yankee legend.
seeing.
Any idea on the 2012 Milwaukee Brewer who hit 10 home runs and played middle infield, I believe?
Mike Zunino. No.
Milwaukee Brewer.
Did he play? Actually, I might have seen an outfielder. He was an outfielder.
Randy Wynn.
Nice. I got that guy's card.
Jeremy Reed.
You already said him.
Bucky Jacobson.
Lock it in, man.
Okay. So
Ichiro.
there's one guy, 2008. He hit 10 home runs in 2008. He was 31 years old. It was the Cubs, but it's a name that you know. He never really hit a ton of homers here,
Charlie Moore.
but it's a guy that I think, 3 years with the Cubs.
Should be getting.
Nah,
Wait,
maybe not should be, but
Are we on the Brewers?
no, the Brewers was an outfielder. I mean, these guys, I'm just kind of getting those low ones. You want me to start throwing them out there here because we're going.
I got
give up.
nothing. I give
All right,
up.
the Chicago Cub,
Lyle
Who-
Overbay.
Yes.
the Chicago Cub, who had 10 home runs
Baseball.
I'm
in
just throwing
2008
cards
was
out.
Kosuke Fukudome.
Wouldn't have got him.
Okay, and the Brewer was Nori Aoki.
Definitely would have gotten him.
Probably wouldn't have got him.
So we've got two more, and I just the White Sox on here also 15 home runs, 2005, probably not getting it. Tadahito Iguchi.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
And the last one for Seattle, the catcher I was talking about
I
was
can barely say my own name.
Kenji Jojima.
Nope.
Kenji
who doesn't know
Jojima.
Kenji? Yo, check out this card. A Shannon Stewart game use, or I don't know if it's game used, but got the
Yeah,
Shannon Stewart uni card in there.
Could be game
Mislabeling.
used. It would say on the
Dude,
back if it
Your
is.
says
binder
all-
is so much nicer than mine.
It says authentic game worn jersey.
There you go.
Shannon Stewart, what a guy.
What a guy.
Anyway, I don't want to
Twin
get down
legend.
That's got to be a $4 or $5 card, man.
I could use a
Flip
milkshake.
it.
I could
Flip
use a
it.
milkshake.
Get
Anyway,
yourself a
So that's
pretzel.
your list.
How about
And
it?
let me just
failed
say
again.
too. Well, no, I
We
mean, not
started
that
so
you got
hot.
more than you got half of them. But just to say, like, this trivia is kind of meant to show you a little bit. These guys had some numbers. So 22, Shohei had the most in their first year here. Now he's different. 22 was his career high, but he was 23 years old. But a lot of these guys, like Jojima's most was 36, Matsui's was 50. And that was
Fukudome, I should
that was
have
the year
gotten.
before. Fukudome, his career high was 34 in Japan. You've got a lot of like Iguchi's was 30. He hit 24 before coming over. Seiya Suzuki at 38 before coming over. And Suzuki, what is it? What was this? His fourth year over here? He just hit 32 home runs. So like Okamoto, Murakami, like it could take them a few years to get back to what they are used to doing or putting up the same numbers. Not that you don't believe in these players, but that's why the Murakami thing is so interesting
But he
because it
won't even
does
be-
give him a couple of years to figure it out.
But he won't. Yeah, but when that time comes, he won't be in Chicago. Which, to Nate's point, he'll be elsewhere.
Unless he goes to the Cubs.
Fair. Speaking of the Cubs, let's wrap it up. That
It's a
should do
random
it.
15th segue.
That should do it. Thank you all for hanging out with us. That's episode 588 in the books.
Guys, that's the longest break we're going to take until this time next year, probably. Let's face it. We're locked in from here on
Out.
out.
Feed the rush.
Speaking of out, let's get out of here.
16. Don't go chasing curveballs.
Hey Josh, you need to work on that outro.
Yeah. Oh, today it's Feed the Rush for Surge.
Feed the rush. Just stick with that.
Subway, eat fresh.
Nope. Nope, not it. All right. That'll do it. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week. We love y'all. And as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.